Hey everybody, it's Phineas. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, today we're going to talk about yard sales. More than ever, people are shopping at yard sales because everybody's on a budget, everybody's trying to find the deals, and people are having yard sales because everybody needs money, and it's spring, so everybody's decluttering. And let's face it, most of us has so much unwanted junk. A lot of us have a lot of unwanted junk. And if you have enough, you can have a yard sale. And yard sales, you can make some money at some yard sales. You definitely can make some money. Part of my income for many years was I would have yard sales. I'd get items by either picking other yard sales and flea markets and swap meets, even Craigslist, and then I'd bring it back to my yard sale. Me and a friend of mine would have yard sales. I bet we had 100 overall. And they're fun too, and you can make some money. And we'd make a day out of it. We would cook out, we'd drink a couple beers, we'd be up the night before getting everything ready. It was kind of fun. They're a lot of work, but they're kind of fun. So, I'll go over some tips and tricks for yard sales, and then I will pepper in some TikTok tips and tricks about yard sales too, just for the fun of it. Back in the day, I used to have a store too. I had a regular collectible store in like a strip mall, and then I learned a lot of wholesale contacts. So I'd buy stuff wholesale and I put those in my yard sale too. I mean, there's many ways to get product for yard sales, but I'm talking about today just stuff you already have. Just all the stuff you have in your closets, in your basement, in your bed, in your attic, all that kind of stuff. We all got too much stuff. So here's some tips and tricks, and then like I said, I'll pepper in some TikTok tips and tricks too, just for fun. All right, number one, plan ahead. See, that's important too. I would plan the weekend before because they're actually a lot of work. Yard sales are a lot of work. They're fun. We always enjoy them, but they're a lot of work. So plan the weekend before. Get your tables all ready. Use sheets. If you don't have tables, you can use sheets. You can use sawhorses and lay wood across, make tables. Sheets on the ground you can use. Old sheets and just put like a price tag, $1 this sheet, $3 this sheet, $5 that sheet. So plan ahead for sure, because the morning of the sale, you're gonna get people. Because once you put your signs out, they're gonna bum rush you. They'll come a calling. All right, number two, choose the right date and time. You know, spring's the best time right about now. Check ahead for rain, and you could check ahead of the weather apps and see if it's gonna rain or not. And different days. Saturday's the best day, but I came from Florida. In Florida, they would have them sometimes Friday, mostly Saturday. Sometimes some would have them on Sunday. I'm in Missouri now, and it's a little different here. So it's going to be different everywhere. In Missouri, they start having these things sometimes Wednesday and Thursdays and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. But a lot of them start Wednesday and Thursday, which we didn't have that in Florida. So it's going to be different from where you're located. But we would just do Saturdays. Forget Sunday, forget Friday. We would just do Saturdays. It's the best day. All right. Tip number three, advertise properly. This is an important one. Use Craigslist. Even though a lot of people don't use Craigslist, it's kind of outdated, but it's still there and it's still free. So you might as well throw it on Craigslist. After you set up, take pictures of your yard sale and put them in your ads, in your Craigslist ad, and then your marketplace ad. And if you have social media, you might as well advertise to your friends and family. And same thing, might as well. It's free advertising. And when you write the ads, you can use AI now to spruce up the ads. I use AI. Just type in what you want the ad to say into AI, chat GBT, and then hit a button, and they'll make it fancy for you, make you sound intelligent. All right, so check this. This is a TikTok tip.
Do you want to make $1,000 at your next garage or art sale? Well, here are my top 5 tricks on how to do that. Tip number 1, organization is key. You'll want to sort items into groups and create a flow with your displays. Make sure everything's visible and aesthetically pleasing, like you're shopping at a store. Tip number 2, plan and prepare. The more you plan and actually do ahead of time, the better. Tip number 3, price everything. Everything you want to sell, that is. Tip number 4, advertise online and use signs. And tip number 5, play background music. I know it sounds crazy, but it's super relaxing and inviting and will encourage people to spend more. All right, guys, good luck. Have fun.
Okay, those were 5 good tips. I never played background music, but we were drinking beer. We played Jimmy Buffett just for us, as we had the yard sale. But yeah, I guess like a Dillard's, you put music on so everybody enjoys their shopping. Hey, it can't hurt. All right, so we're at number 4 now, and there's 10 of these. Number 4, price items clearly. To me, this is super important. If I go to yard sale and I'm looking around and stuff's not priced, I most likely won't ask how much this costs, because what happens then is you have a price in your mind, right, when you pick this up. Right? In your head, you're thinking $1. And you say, hey, how much is this? And they say, $47. You're like, oh, okay, thank you. And you put it back down. I won't even ask anymore. If it's not priced, I'll probably just move on, to be honest. You can get price stickers at Walmart and Dollar Tree pretty cheap. You might have printer labels. You can cut those in force and just write on there. I price everything. And like I said previous, and if you have a lot of stuff, just do dollar blankets, $3 blankets, $5 blankets. Lay a blanket or sheet out and put all your dollar items on there and have a cardboard sign big. You'll have a big sign. They're still going to ask you how much, but still have a sign. $1 for everything, $1 each on blanket. $3 each on blanket. $5 each on blanket. Or like this table, $1 each, so forth and so on. All right. Number 5, organize and display items neatly. See, I agree with this one too, because you ever been to a yard sale where they might have a ton of clothes and they just throw them on the table or throw them on the ground? No one wants to dig through all that mess. Like, I don't like unorganized yard sales. I'll check that real quick, and you can find some deals in unorganization. But if it's too much of a mess, I'll probably just politely go to the next one. You want to make it presentable so people have to dig and get all dirty. Just have it clean, laid out perfectly. All right, here's another TikTok tip.
So just a few tips about placement for a yard sale that I learned. Furniture, always up front. I had it in my driveway and everybody was like, where's your furniture? And they couldn't find it. So I moved it as close to the road as possible. All of my furniture was gone. I took this video after a lot of pieces had sold. Now, kids' toys, also always up front. Kids immediately go to them. And the parents always get them, and towards the end I was just giving them away. I'm like, oh, you want it, you can have it. And then the middle is just like the random stuff, home decor. I tried to place everything together, like pictures and office supplies.
All right, I like that. She said put all the furniture right out front so you can see it. All the kids' toys right up front so it gets the kids all into it. All right, that's cool. All right. Number 6 out of 10. Have plenty of change. Yeah, this is a big one, because what's going to happen if you open at 7:01, someone's going to bring a $50 bill, and they're going to want to buy $1 worth of stuff. So just have a bunch of change ready, and write down somewhere, or just remember what change you started with. So at the end of the yard sale, you can know what you actually made. You can minus the change. But that's definitely, you don't want to lose a sale because you don't have change. And when you price things, price it in whole numbers. Just make it easier. Don't price something for $1.50. Just either do $1 or $2. Number 7. Now this to me is one of the most important ones. Use signs to direct traffic, but the signs are important. Here, I'm gonna put in a sign I took today. I was at a 4-way stop and I saw a yard sale sign, and it was so small I couldn't read it. I didn't know to find this yard sale. Do I go straight? Do I go that way? Do I go that way? So here, let me show you this sign. And it wasn't a horrible sign. It's just written so small. And remember, a lot of people can't see. Plus, the people are driving. So really, all you need, in my opinion, go to Walmart, get the big construction paper, get pink or neon green. Don't get white. Stand out a little bit. Some people take balloons to it. You can do that if you want to. It can't hurt. But a big pink neon sign, all you need is a big black arrow pointing. And then another black arrow pointing down your road. Like, put the black arrows, and you can write smaller the address so people can find it. But man, all you really need is a big black arrow, and make it big so they can see it at 4-way stops. Because a lot of times, there's so many yard sales out there, if I can't tell where one is and where's that, we'll just go on to the next one because there'll be another one. So don't miss out on sales because of the signage, because it's pretty cheap to buy the pink signs. You can go to Lowe's and get the little stakes. They're pretty cheap, and just staple them to it. But yeah, just make your arrow, and if you're gonna write the address or the word yard sale, write it real big and dark so people can see it when they're driving, and make it clear where you want them to turn. Boom, arrow, all the same color signs. That's a huge difference, because I don't want, like I said, if I don't know where to turn and I'm at a stop and oh damn, and I go straight and I should turn right for yard sale, I won't go back and try to find it. A lot of people won't. We'll go on to the next one. So signs are super important. To me, one of the most important. And if you make sure you put those signs deep in the ground, because what happens during the day, a sign will fall over. So if you have like a lull in customers and you're like, what's going on? Make sure, do a quick ride around, send somebody to go check your sign. Sometimes they fall over. And if the sign falls over at the end of your road, you're going to miss some customers. All right, here's another TikTok tip.
Yard sale. This is another don't. So when you are trying to sell clothes, which I go to yard sales and I love buying clothes from yard sales. It's a new wardrobe for me. I'm helping you purge. It's great. But do not just throw your clothes in bins and assume people are going to dig through them. A lot of buyers do not want to do that. I don't mind sitting on the ground and going through a bin, but there is this perception that if you don't care about your clothes, why should I? Like, I don't, as a buyer, always want to sit through and look at every tag to see what size it is. So if you, for some reason, don't have a hanging rack or don't have a way to hang clothes, at least sort your clothes in bins by size and like type. So like women's medium, women's large, men's small, men's medium, men's large. So I at least can go to the exact tub that I know that I am looking for and that I need. So do not throw your clothes in bins if you can help it. Hanging clothes will always sell better.
Okay, I think that's a great tip. And we talked about earlier being organized, because almost every yard sale will have clothes. And I don't mind clothes. Like I probably have enough clothes, but if I go to yard sale and it's very easy to read, these are all extra large. I know it might be a pain. You might have a lot of clothes and it's hard to do that. But if you only have a couple sizes clothes, like if I'd have a yard sale for my clothes, they all would be XL or 2XL. Like my suites. So most times I don't bother with clothes because they're either thrown in a pile. It'd be too hard to dig through and find my size or whatever. But if you got a lot of clothes and just make it organized and make it neat, and people will dig through your clothes. Most times I pass clothes because it's just a mess. But that's a good tip. All right, number 8. We're almost done. Be friendly and approachable. I think this is huge. And here's a little tip that I don't like to do when I go to somebody else's yard sale. If you might have a family yard sale with friends. When me and my friend did it, it was me, my friend, his wife, and then her kid. And they would, and we'd sit back in the garage, and the garage sale would be out in the driveway. Some people that might have a lot of people there, and when someone pulls up, you may be sitting in the middle of it all. Some people won't approach and will feel uncomfortable with 10 people sitting there. Just watching as you shop. So sit back. Let the people be comfortable looking around your stuff. Don't sit in the middle of your yard sale with all your chairs and you sit up at your table and your hamburgers and your beer. Sit back in the garage and let them do their thing. And be friendly. Hey, and this is just me personally. I hate pushy salesperson people. So because I'm a guy, I'll go to yard sales and a lot of people will tell me, hey, we have a bunch of tools over here in the back if you want some, or we got a football helmet. I'm like, oh, thank you. But don't. I recommend not doing all that. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I actually don't like that because I'm not looking for tools or manly shit. But yeah, just hey, let me know if I can help you. Let me know, and just let them do their thing, because no one likes a pushy. You want your stuff to be gone, but let the people browse and be comfortable. Maybe they'll buy more. So yeah, be friendly and approachable. Number 9. This is another big one. Now, and I'll tell you my story is that when I go to yard sales. Be willing to negotiate. Yeah, for sure. Like, it's a yard sale. Me and my friend had a code word. when we go to people's yard sales, if the prices were so high, we're not gonna be rude to people. What do we care? But we'd say, oh, this is Dillard's. Like, the stuff is priced so high, it's like Dillard's. Like, this is not yard sale prices. And we'll be polite. Oh, I think, we'll pretend to look around, but you can tell after some items are priced, ooh, they're priced very high. We out. But we're not going to be rude. We're just exit gracefully. But, yeah, so, and when you price items, price it a buck or two higher because people are going to talk you down. And this is for customers of yard sales. It's so tacky. If something's $1, don't offer 50 cents. Just pay the $1. Don't nickel and dime like that. Keep everything in whole numbers. If you want $5 for something, price it $6 or $7. If you want $10 for something, price it $11 or $12. I do the same thing when I sell stuff on Marketplace. If I want $20 for it, I might price it $23, $22, because most people are going to negotiate a little bit, and you can come back too. Like, if you say you sell something for $15, so you price it for $20. Say they offer you $15, you might say, "How about $16? We'll meet in the middle, whatever." That's not the middle, but you know what I'm saying. But always negotiate. You're trying to get rid of this stuff. If the people are being rude to you and you just don't like their vibe, they're just rude, don't come off anybody. Like, we had so many yard sales, we would get to know some of the pickers, and some are super nice. And that's the thing. If someone's nice, man, I'm trying to get rid of this stuff. I'll give you a deal. If you're nice and funny or whatever, man, I'll give you a deal. But if you're coming and you're being rude, I'm firm on all prices. I don't care. That's like in every life, in everything, right? If you're nice, you get further. If you're a jerk, no, I'm not gonna deal with you. So always negotiate. If I go to a yard sale and something's, let's say, something's $6, I might offer $5, and they can decline, and I'm not gonna get mad. It's their stuff, but then I'm kind of put off with the rest of the yard sale because I always like to come down at least a buck or something. Sometimes if I see something, I say it's like 50-50. 50% of the time, I'll pay what they ask, because if I think it's fair, man, that's fair. Or if it's only $1, I'm not going to ask 75 cents. I'll pay $1. But sometimes I'll ask, dog crates. I just bought a dog crate at a swap shop kind of flea market thing at a bingo hall. The guy wanted $35. I asked would he take, it was in a box. I asked if he would take $25. I didn't think that was too low ball. He was very nice. He came back at $26. He said, "How about $26?" I'm like, "That's fair, thank you." So he knocked $9 off, which I thought he was fair. I was friendly when I asked him. I wasn't a jerk or anything. And if he would have said no, or even came back at $30, I probably still would have bought it because he came off a little bit. That's all. But always be nice. Always be nice. Even though people are the worst, always be nice. Okay, number 10, last one to help you have a profitable, nice yard sale. Near the end of the sale, let it go cheaply. What we used to do, we used to have yard sales till about 1 or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Because remember, we're cooking out and drinking beer, so we're in no hurry to pack up. We would have stragglers come at the end of yard sales, and some do that on purpose because you get better deals at the end, which you do. And when people would come at the end, we'd say, "Hey, we're letting it all go. Make us offer on everything. You can have it all." But before we do that, though, like 1 o'clock or so, we go through and pick out the items that we're not willing to let go. Maybe we'll haul into this, and maybe we'll sell it next time, or I'll put this on Marketplace or Craigslist. But then whatever's left over, you gotta be willing to let go. And a lot of times, people at the end will just buy it all. That happens a lot more times than you would think. Just bought it all. They might have yard sales. They might be pickers. Say, "Hey, give me 20 for everything," And a lot of times, it helps you from cleaning it up. You don't have to drag it back in the house, and they're happy they got a bunch of stuff. You're happy it's gone. So at the end of the sale, just say, "Hey, make any offer," because you want that stuff gone. All right. What do you guys think? Do you guys have yard sales? It's a great time to declutter. If you have enough stuff, it's worth having a yard sale. It's definitely worth it. I got a couple more TikTok tips for you. And then I will see you guys on the next video. If you like the video, please subscribe and put a thumbs up. I appreciate that. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the comment. Let me know if you guys had yard sales, or do you guys go to yard sales? Let me know. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.
But the number one reason why my yard sale did so good, if I had to attribute it to anything, is that we stayed open later. we put an ad in the paper and said that we were going to shut down at 1 p.m. I did not feel like loading everything up, so I just kind of hung out in my front yard and kind of watched to see what happened. And the majority of my sales came between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. So I will forever and always, every time I have a yard sale, stay open till 5 and put it in the paper that I will be open till 5, because the paper does help. Do not sleep on the paper, because I put it on Facebook and I had a ton of people say, oh, I saw you on Facebook. And like, I'm doing my own Facebook marketing, but they don't know me, so I know that they were seeing it from the paper.